Scott, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Rachel from Phoenix Radio Bali. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rachel.
How's everything in London? You're in London, right?
I'm based in London. I'm currently in Edinburgh in Scotland, which is one of a short stag do for my brother's, my stepbrother to be, or brother-in-law to be's wedding. So I've been drinking a lot, so I'm heading home today. So this is my last kind of like.
Okay, it's okay as long as you enjoy it.
Gentle with me.
Okay. So I saw a lot of your interview with other medias, and you've been saying during this pandemic you've been busy with find maybe ideas and also concept for your new music. It's been like maybe almost 1.5 years now we're staying at home. Like, how many music ideas and concept have you been gathered?
Well, I write a lot of music for myself and for other people, and so it's been at least, probably a song every day, roughly. Some days I'm doing 2 or 3 different writing sessions, or there's been so much to write about, but then eventually all that slows down because people aren't living like they used to, and so it's hard to get much, the stories aren't there and the experiences aren't there, and so it's definitely getting to a point now where we need to get out and fingers crossed that'll happen soon. But it's been good, I've collaborated with a lot of people on Zoom from around the world, and that's been really, without that I don't know what I would have done, to be honest.
Okay, so is it still lockdown in London before or now?
We're about a week away from going back to normal, supposedly. So we've been easing lockdown gradually. But at the minute, everyone's vaccinated just about, but the cases are soaring. So hopefully it'll be okay. I don't know what it's like there in Bali, but.
Oh, I cannot say it's good, but yeah, we're now in a semi-lockdown actually.
Okay. I mean, what a beautiful place to be locked down in.
I know, everybody's saying bad things, but still, you need to stay at home. You cannot do anything. Right. So for you itself, this pandemic has been a lot of challenge for a lot of people, especially as a musician. So for you itself, what is the biggest challenge for you?
I guess trying not to get fat. Because I like eating, and when I'm not walking anywhere and I'm just eating. But I think also not playing shows has been really difficult, and all my interaction so far this year and the last 1.5 years has been digital, so there's no actual feedback from people in real time.
Yeah.
And a lot of communication is the real time feedback, so it's been adjusting to that. And I think also just finding it's hard when you're at home all the time, kind of switching off, because you're working there, you're living there, you're sleeping there. It's all quite a bit. But it's been good to, I've worked with people in LA and Denmark and Korea and all these places online. And to do that before would have cost thousands of dollars or pounds and so much time on the plane and stuff. So it's been good for that.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. So for you itself, do you have any fear or burden whenever you about to release a single? I mean, now you're releasing the Holding On to Letting Go, right? Yeah. But we know before that you've been working with so many big names like BTS, adalah, and Muramasa. Have you ever had that kind of fear, maybe my song is not going to be as big as that one that I wrote for them?
I mean, if you write a song for BTS, you know that your song's not going to be as big as it. So it's
that's the fact.
Yeah, that's the beauty of writing for a band that you just can't ever beat. But no, I think we have different lanes, and I'm of complete understanding of where I am currently in my career, and I just feel very fortunate to work with the big artists, and then also release my own music, and for there's a difference in numbers. You can have millions of people listen to your music maybe and not emotionally connect to it, and you could have 1,000 listen to it, but they're all really into it. And for me, the importance of my music is that people connect to it. And Holding On, Letting Go, it seems to, for some reason, have really connected emotionally, and people are finding a lot of solace and healing in it, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, that's amazing, because you know what, when I heard the song, when I hear the song Holding On to Letting Go, you really did a good job with the emotion.
Thank you.
It's really deep. I mean, we can like the first time I heard, like, I know it's something that really hard for people to try to moving on and letting go of the thing they hold dearly. Like, is this based on true story? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote the song with a friend of mine called Adalah, who's a very talented songwriter, and we're in the studio in West London, and we'd both just gone through some really horrible breakups and relationship problems. We were just kind of like discussing the fact that, you know, it's really, moving on is really hard, and why is it, you know, difficult, and how we kind of do hold on to these, we kind of hold on to the image of who that person was rather than who we broke up. So even if they were horrible to you or it really wasn't great, we still have nostalgia for what was. Yeah. This song just fell out. Like it was such an easy write, and it was a few hours and it was done, and it's had this impact. I think we didn't overthink it. We didn't second guess it. It felt right, and that's what we based it on. It was really good.
Maybe because it is like true, like you feel it, then that's why people can feel it right away whenever they hear it.
100%. I really believe in that.
And I saw a lot of comments in your music video, the holding on to letting go, and I saw you replying to it, and you have such a good engagement with them.
It's the thing I learned so BTS shared my music years ago, okay, and that's before I knew really who they were and I got thousands of messages after they shared my music, and I made a vow that day that if someone takes time out of their day to message me, comment or whatever, I should reciprocate. So as long as I'm able to, I will reply to most, if not all, comments.
Wow, that's a good vow.
Which is long. It takes sometimes it's a long procedure, but I just think you know, it's not. It's easy to forget that these are people on the other end of that. They're not just numbers. You know, someone has, and people on those comments are being really vulnerable. I would just feel awful if someone's like exposed their heart to us and then I just ignore it. I just liked it. I don't know. Does it feel right?
Thank you. But I think for me, I will represent that kind of people that actually take times to make a comments in someone's, or maybe a musician that make a very good music. And I think for you replying it's making our day.
Well, that makes my day to know that. But like, thank you for commenting in the first place, everyone. That's great.
Okay, so back again to holding on to letting go. So which part of the lyrics, because I know the lyrics, it's very, very, I don't know. I cannot explain it. How hard it is. Like, which part is your favorite?
There's a line that we wrote about the sleeping. So I've been sleeping lately, and it scares me to death because I think I'm getting better, and I'm not ready yet. And now for me, when we wrote that, it just felt it was really interesting because it sums up perfectly. Feeling that actually, you just realise you are sleeping now and you are feeling better, but you don't want to. You're scared because you don't think you're ready to move on for that person. But we crafted the song in such a way that most of the lyrics have these standalone moments that hopefully connect with people. And even the turn of phrase "hold on to letting go" is an interesting idea in itself because it's the opposite, and it's a phrase that hasn't really been used much before. So it felt like a real gem to find.
Wow, that's amazing. For me itself, like I love the lyrics when you say like, I know I could make it easy, but I don't. Like the second I get over you, then it's over. Like the fact it's over, you have to accept it.
That's why it sucks.
I know. So like, how's the response from your closest friends? Like with the song, they surely know right away. Maybe he's in a state where he's broken heart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had so many sweet responses to it, and you know, I never really, you know, my friends support me so much, and so when I've been listening to it on repeat, or if they tell me it's helped them, I kind of ignore it. I usually don't really focus on playing my music to friends too much directly, and so when I hear that they're taking it upon themselves to listen to it means a lot. But yeah, it's just anyone expressing any kind of connection to it is just incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing. So like, this single also included in your EP Better on Me that released on the 25th of June. Like, how do you want to describe the whole thing about this EP?
It's a journey of like of meeting someone and having this euphoric kind of connection, and then suddenly things taking a bit of a turn, and then you're broken hearted by the end of it, which is not an uncommon tale. But I think the way I've written it is it's a lot of observation and a lot of kind of reflecting onto myself rather than being like, you did this, you whatever. It's more kind of like all well and good, but the way I'm dealing with it probably isn't the best, or why am I doing this? Why do I keep coming back to the same thing? So it's quite introspective. And in here, I mean, Better For Me is probably the only upbeat, happy one on there actually, but the rest of them, they're all quite emotional.
Okay, that's amazing. I really want to hear all of them. Like for now, I only hear the Holding On to Letting Go, but yeah, I hope soon I will hear everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so if you can tell, like which one is more challenging, write for yourself or write for other people?
I think it's harder for myself. Writing the song for myself is harder because I know that I have to sing these words for the rest of my life, and it has to mean more. Writing for the people, I actually really enjoy. If anything, it's just harder because there's so many people trying to write for the same people. Yeah. So, for example, writing for BTS is almost impossible. So the fact that I got one song there is just like a dream come true. So that's amazing. But yeah, I find it a lot harder to write for myself for sure. Okay, because I think you need to know like this part I want it to be better, and keep fixing it. I think that's the main reason why it's harder. Exactly. Okay, so what's next from Scott Quinn? Like any teaser maybe? We just want to keep building this momentum. It's so good to be back kind of releasing my own music and have eyes on again and people listening, and just keep it building slowly. You know, I'm not in a rush, and I welcome any and all success, but I don't want a massive climb all of a sudden just to drop. I'd rather sustain for as long as possible and make, good friends and collaborators and build a following. I always struggle with fan base for some reason, but build a following, of people who we have this mutual understanding of like the world we're in. And I honestly think this song, Hold On to Letting Go, is a good example of the healing a song can do. And so if I can build a bigger community of people. That's the other thing, in the comments, people replying to other people's comments with advice. Yeah. That's beautiful to me. I think that's like, that wouldn't have happened unless that video was made or the song was made. And I think anything like that is incredible. So more of that, building a community and building this momentum.
Okay, amazing. So like, before we close it, like, what do you want to say to your fans in Bali or in Indonesia?
I'm just amazed that there are any. It's amazing writing a song in a small room in London and then hearing that there's people listening on the other side of the world. I think that's incredible. And I'm very grateful, and it's not lost on me. All this is very, none of this ever will be lost on me. And every one stream and every one person listening, every comment means the world to me. And, I don't want anyone to ever think that, if they comment, I take it as just a blasé thing, because I don't. I think it's incredible. And I'd be writing and performing music even if no one listened, because it's my life force and it's what I want to do. But the fact that people are there and doing all that stuff means the world to me. So thank you to everyone who's listening, and I just encourage everyone to share it with as many people, especially with this song, Hold On to Letting Go. The more people who hear it, the more people are finding closure and healing and stuff. And regardless of the fact that it gives me more streams, which I'm very grateful for, I just think when people hear it, it's kind of building this kind of momentum and this energy for healing. So I'm so grateful, and to keep listening, and hopefully very soon I can come over to Indonesia and meet the people.
I hope so too.
I'd love that.